Welcome to Inspire Me with Jay. This is a podcast to inspire, uplift, show forth the love of God, and help usher in the spiritual awakening. Welcome to Inspire Me with Jay. Merry Christmas. We're going to be doing a talk on a meditation for Christmas, how you can meditate centered around Christmas. Before we get started, I was thinking of this near-death experience that I was listening to about this woman who died and asked Jesus about Santa Claus and Christmas and what he said. And I thought it was interesting. This one kind of resonated with me because there's a few on YouTube you can find that are like, Christmas is evil, blah, 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 blah. It's like, I don't put any stock into them. They don't resonate. And I think those ones are just fake. As funny as there's a lot of YouTube videos on there where it's like the vast majority of people are going to hell and this person's in hell and I saw that person in hell and I don't pay any attention to those. They usually got those AI readers and they just sound fake. They just don't resonate. They don't agree with the decades long picture of what you see in the near death experience. So I wouldn't put much stock in them. But in this particular one, the basic message was, well, Christmas is a good thing in the sense that it focuses around Christ, obviously. It focuses around love, compassion, kindness, and generosity. And those are good qualities. So Christmas is a good thing within that perspective. And there was two things that it mentioned that were potentially problematic with Christmas. One of them probably won't surprise you too much. The other one may surprise you a little bit. The first one that won't surprise you is the over focus on commercialism, on materialism and consumerism. And most of us would probably agree with that. It would clearly resonate that, focusing too much on gift giving in the sense of, did I give enough? Did I spend enough money? Have I gotten enough? And we just focus so much around the consumerism and buying this and buying that and shopping and all of that. And we get all so busy and crazy with that. That aspect of Christmas, we should try to let go. We should try to move away from focusing on, did I give enough? Did I spend enough? To simply focus on the positives of Christmas, the love, the compassion, the birth of Christ, etc. And I think that's the thing is that we need to, in a meditation, focus on other things than the materialism. So that one probably doesn't surprise you. Too much materialism in our present day celebration of Christmas. We should move away from that. Okay, here's the second one that might surprise you, and it kind of focuses around Santa Claus. Santa Claus is good in that he represents kindness and generosity, and the giving represents Christ, who gave the ultimate gift to us of coming to earth, dying on the cross, and washing away our sins. And he also showed us how to live. So he represents the gift that is Christ. And obviously, St. Nicholas, who Santa Claus is based on, gave gifts. He gave gifts to the poor and to children and things like that. And so that aspect is good. And I think even the fantasy part, to where you sort of have sort of the imagination and the fantasy. He's in the North Pole and he's got elves and he's got a sleigh that flies and he's able to deliver presents all in one day. Just the magic of it is, I think, totally fine because I know a lot of people get upset about that. A lot of Christians are like, can't do that. But I don't think there's anything really wrong with that. And from what I could see in this near death experience, he wasn't saying there was anything wrong with that. So, and that's kind of what I enjoyed when I was growing up too. It's like, yeah, I liked receiving the gifts. I like seeing the stockings full and stuff like that. But I think what was more exciting than the gifts itself was that we had this magical thing, you know, a guy that lives forever or hundreds of years, that lives in the North Pole, that has flying reindeer, comes to see me. I was like, that was like more awesome than what he brought. I mean, if he brought, if he just brought me, one thing in a stocking, it's like, what difference does it make? It's like just the concept was so cool, you know. But here was the one issue that Christ said with some of our understandings as it relates to Santa Claus, the control factor. And some of them may disagree with this, but the idea of the naughty and the nice list. If you're naughty, you're not going to get anything, or you're going to get a lump of coal, and you're only going to get something if you're nice. Now, obviously, we want to teach our children right from wrong, and there's a role for discipline and consequences and whatnot. But as it relates to Christmas, it should just be a time of kindness, gift giving, and generosity without of, oh, did I earn it? And I think that's kind of the thing is it becomes like a control mechanism. If you're not good, Santa's not coming. And that seems problematic. And you kind of think about it, like think about like on your birthday or a child's birthday. You never say to your kid, well, if you're naughty, you're not getting any birthday gifts. No, you give birthday gifts simply as a matter of honoring their birthday, as a matter of being kind to your child. You don't have to earn anything. You don't have to measure up. And I think that's kind of the way we should get back with Santa is that get away from the naughty and nice stuff and just get into an act of kindness, an act of generosity. Because it's Christmas and we're remembering Christ, there's gifts and there's generosity poured out upon us. Not a measure of whether we were good enough or bad enough or anything else. And that may surprise people, but that was one of the messages. And just trying to stop and think about it, that does it make sense? Does it fit with the whole idea of Christmas? Christ came and gave himself, not because we were naughty or nice, but he gave himself because he loved us. And if anything, he gave himself because we were naughty and we needed him. We needed him all the more because we quote unquote were naughty. So, I mean, just moving away from that controlism that we want to have with it and just having it be what it really is, an act of generosity. And quite honestly, I've lived for 52 years. I never not received anything because I was too naughty. I don't know of any kid that ever did. That this kid was so naughty, they didn't get nothing. I mean, maybe there was some kid out there, and it's unfortunate for them, that, but I never knew any kids that were like, okay, you were too naughty, you got nothing, or you got this lump of coal. Every kid got something, so I don't know. In our hearts, we kind of know that, we shouldn't really have the naughty or nice list because everybody's going to be receiving, or it should be that way. So move away from the consumerism, move away from the control, and just move into the love. That'd be my message that I saw in the near death experience of this one woman. She died around Christmas time. I think it was early December a few years ago. So let's talk about meditation now. How to slow our minds down from the busy hustle and bustle, move away from the consumerism, move away from control, and just focus on the positives. How do we do that? Well, first off, we take all the other tools in meditation and then we just specifically focus them around Christmas. So, like you think of mindfulness, you want to be present, you want to be in the moment, you want to be focused. It's kind of like when you were a child. Sometimes I would sit there and look at, like, when we pull out the ornaments and see, like, the little Santa sleigh or the shiny ornament, or maybe you had a specific thing on the tree that you remember, or a specific picture from a movie, and you've fixated and focused on it. Sometimes you sit there for several minutes just looking at it. I don't know if you've done it recently, but I can remember that because there's just certain things like certain ornaments you remember seeing, and then it would get pulled out the next year, and you'd be like, you know, having that present moment around the holiday season. And I think decorations are so cool because they bring the focus into Christmas. I don't think in and of themselves are bad, but use them as a tool to redirect your focus, to be mindful. And another thing you can do is to express gratitude in a meditation. What are you grateful for at Christmas time? Who are you grateful for? What do you like about Christmas? And just allow yourself to be grateful and to feel the gratitude. So, incorporating gratitude into the Christmas time as you meditate and as you're mindful. Love and kindness. Like I talked a few weeks ago about a love and kindness meditation, sending out love and kindness, compassion to others out there in the world. Well, you do that and you do it specifically around the Christmas time. Like, who do you love to spend Christmas with? Who was important to you? Even if the person passed, you can think of a Christmas you had with them or Christmases you had with them. And this is kind of cool as I remember hearing another near-death experience several years ago where a person died around Christmas and they saw their family celebrating Christmas, like at a Christmas dinner in heaven. And I just thought, well, that's cool. Because even if your relatives have passed, they very well are celebrating Christmas in heaven with you. They may be sitting around a table, remembering Christmas and feeling the love in their hearts. They're probably not such a big deal to get gifts because, heaven, you can just have whatever you want anyway. But they maybe feel the magic like you. So you could think about that and send them love and kindness and know that they are sending it back to you. And I think you can think of memories. That's another way is past memories, past Christmases, um, and just allow your mind to just dwell on them and relive them in your mind. You can do visualizations. Sometimes I'll even do things like I'll think of Santa's workshop and what it would look like with the little elves and how grand the workshop in his house would be, and seeing all the magic, and like envisioning myself there. That's something I like to do. Have creative visualization in a meditation around Christmas, and that's totally fine. Um, I always kind of hope that when I die and go to heaven, that I can recreate Santa's workshop and Santa's home. Because in heaven, you can create your own heaven. You can create your own heavenly abode. And it's like maybe for part of it, I would replicate the vision of Santa's workshop, Santa's home in the North Pole, and the magic associated with it, just to kind of take it in. So that's something you can do, creative visualization. And you can look at different traditions that you have or others may have. Focus on that. You know, do you like to go caroling? Have you ever done that? Maybe that's a tradition you would focus on in your mind. The decorations, like we mentioned earlier, what are the decorations? It could be in your home, could be in your local town. Like we do a tree lighting ceremony in my town, and there's a giant 75-foot tree that they light up every year. It's just like, the Hallmark movies. They light up the tree, and then people stroll around the different businesses, and it's kind of fun. And they have a parade before the tree lighting ceremony that started a few years ago with COVID. That's kind of cool to watch too. Those are traditions that we have in our town. You could visualize those and like put yourself there. And so sometimes when I meditate, because I meditate every day, around Christmas time, for at least a few of the days, I'll put on some Christmas music and do my Christmas meditation. And sometimes you can just, if you don't want to visualize anything or focus on any particular thing, you can also just listen to the music. Listen to the music. Because most of the time, even if it's instrumental, you're going to know what the song is, right? So, because that may elicit feelings within you and just come into touch with those feelings. And obviously, if you're doing a long enough meditation, you can do all these things. You can do some gratitude, you can do some loving kindness, you can just listen to the music and feel it. You can do memories and visualization, whatever you want. And we're going to do that in a minute. And I found some Christmas music that's free use, so not violating any copyrights, and it's instrumental. So then it's going to be less distracting. I try to pick instrumental Christmas music to meditate with because sometimes if you're hearing the words, it could be a little distracting with the voices. So I just do instrumental Christmas music. And I just did a meditation a few minutes ago by myself. But we'll go ahead and I will guide you in this meditation. And then I'm just going to let the music run longer. So if you want to meditate longer and just have your own meditation time, just listen to the music, just take in Christmas, take a break from the hustle and bustle, and just be present in the music. Go ahead and do it, even after I'm done with the guided portion. So let's close our eyes. Let's take a few deep breaths. Breathe in through your nose, hold, exhale through your mouth. Take in a deep breath. Breathe in through your nose. And exhale. Make sure that you exhale fully through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. And exhale. Taking another deep breath. And exhale. Breathe in. And exhale. exhale. Now just breathe in normally, in and out through your nose, normally, comfortably. Okay? Let's take a moment to listen to the piece of music that's playing. Allow that music to just envelop you, wash over you, relax you. Feel the music. What is one of your favorite Christmas songs? Just keep listening to the music. Take a moment to think of 3 things you're grateful for at Christmas time. See them in your mind's eye and allow yourself to feel the gratitude that you have for them. What are these 3 things? Now with these 3 things in mind, just say within your being, say, I am so grateful for each of these 3 things. So if it's like your family, I am so grateful for my family. Or I am so grateful for my pets. I am so grateful for the beauty of Christmas, Christmas music, whatever. Whatever your 3 things were, just say, I am so grateful for, and then list each thing. Think of 3 people in your life who are alive that you're grateful for at this time, at Christmas time. And say to them, I love you and I'm grateful for you. I love you and I'm grateful for you. Think of each of these 3 people and say that I send you love and I send you peace. I send you love and I send you peace. Send out loving kindness to them. Send out love and peace right now to these 3 people who are in your life. Let's try to think of 1 or 2 people that have passed, and maybe you miss them at this time of the season. Try to send love to them. For me, it's my parents, my mom and dad, and my sister passed this year. Let's try to send them love and kindness. Send the vibration within your heart that I love them and I want them to be at peace. They can feel it and they can sense it. Imagine them celebrating Christmas in heaven, maybe having a banquet. Just think about that for a minute. Think of them at peace, enjoying Christmas too. It's simply in a different dimension, a different realm, but still very real. Try to remember a time with these loved ones that have passed, of a Christmas that you enjoyed being with them. And you may think of a specific Christmas, or you just may think of Christmas in general, like when I was with this person, we always did this at Christmas time. Maybe they always baked cookies, Christmas cookies, or some other kind of goodie, or maybe we always did this as a family, you and this loved one. Try to remember the happy memory, because it's very real for you and it's very real for them. Now try to visualize a Christmas scene that makes you happy, that makes you feel wonderful. It can be a literal Christmas scene or a magical one, a fantasy. Could be like me. It could be visualize yourself at Santa's workshop. Could be visualizing yourself at the tree lighting ceremony in your town, or the tree in your living room that's all lit up and beautiful. Visualize a picture of Christmas for you. And take a moment to think about one of your favorite Christmas movies. Allow yourself to get a picture of it in your head. Doesn't really matter what the Christmas movie is. It can be a cartoon, it can be a real movie, it can be a fairly recent movie, it can be an older movie. Doesn't really matter. Try to visualize that. What is one of your favorite Christmas movies? And just see it in your mind. Allow yourself to feel it. The joy that it brings you and the happiness. Now let's take in one final deep breath. Breathe in deeply through your nose. Hold. Exhale through your mouth. Now either you can open your eyes or you can continue to meditate along with the music. If you want to continue to meditate with the music, just go wherever you want to go. You just want to listen to the music and enjoy the music, feel the music, cool. You want to take part of the time and show some more gratitude or love and kindness, do that. You want to visualize something, do that. Thank you for joining me.